Please welcome Reverend Dr. Jason John, a Uniting Church minister with a PhD in biology and an original member of the Uniting Earth team. He's that involved and that passionate, and I'm just going to ask you for a poem, sir, because that's all we've got time for. Take it away, slam poet. I should just let them know that you came third place in the national finals of the Australian Poetry Slam in 2019 at the Sydney Opera House. This isn't just your average Uniting Church minister, Reverend Dr. Poet. This is a slam man. Go for it, baby.
Thanks, Julie. I'll give you the abridged version. So back when I was a minister still with a congregation, I caused some consternation when people heard me use the C word. Now, I used it not just once. This was no accidental slip. I used it a whole bunch of times. I really let rip. I thought I'd get away with it. I'm male, middle class, and white, and anyone will tell you that I'm usually polite. But that C word causes such offence, which is fair enough, I guess. Christ was pretty offensive. He left that temple in a mess, kicking over tables and whipping those who oppress. But what can you do when you have to preach from the Bible each week and Christ and his mother just keep banging on about injustice and hypocrisy and greed, and at Christmas time we read about their life as refugees? It's not my fault the little child didn't grow up meek and mild. He wanted us to do stuff, or at least to try. And our leaders to lead us in justice and compassion in this world of refugees. There'd be no rotting in detention and we'd stick to 1.5 degrees if we only had a Christian Prime Minister. Now, I know we've already had a few. We've got lots of thoughts and prayers, and that's going to continue if I had to take a punt with our pray for rain Prime Minister and his coal won't hurt you stunt. And he continues to pray for rain to Mr. Fix It in the sky. But why? After World War I and World War II, and you know I could continue. Wouldn't it be strange if God got off his butt for climate change and just came down here to rearrange the weather or suck all the carbon up into heaven to make it all better? Prayers for rain are vanity unless we stop the fossil fuel subsidies. So where are the leaders who will actually lead us, not misdirect and deceive us? Well, for every disappointing Prime Minister, there's a Miriam and a Byron and a Jackie and a Jess. There's one-eyed Lisa and two-eyed Lisa, and there's all of you, I'd guess. There's Tony and Rachel and Pia and Pete, and there's people living up and down your street. You might have never heard of them. They might have never heard of you. Christians, Muslims, atheists, Jews, straights, LGBs and TIQs, all the scraggly little mustard bushes getting up off our tushes. So whether your C word is Christ or climate or community or compassion or country, say your C word loud and clear. Live your C word, and let's put the fear of true democracy right up the jacksie of the fossil fuel plutocracy.